Hello, wonderful students and parents. Mr. Tabbah here, and today I want to give you a quick lesson on how to access the Go Math Think Central resource website. The first thing you need to do is get to the website, and that can be done in a couple of ways. You can simply type in Go Math Think Central into any internet browser. For example, here's Google. If I type in Go Math Think Central, and then press return, it will take me to the very first link is going to be Think Central. Now from here, I can just simply put in the state, California, district, Elk Grove. These are pull down windows, so I can just pull them down if I wanted to, and just choose that information for the correct state, the correct school district, and the correct school, of course. Now down here for username, you're just going to put your SSID. That is the same number that we used for my On Reading program last year. And then, of course, your password is going to be school. Okay? Now, the other way we can do this is we can simply go to the school's website. So that would be blogs, blogs dot egusd.net/Ehrhardt, EHRHARDT. Press return, and that'll take us there. Now, once we're at that website, all we have to do is look at the far left here, and we get Go Math. Click on that Go Math link at the top. And once you do that, you can see all this Go Math stuff here. Click anywhere in here, and it'll take us. We can click here, any one of these places, and it'll take us to login. I'm going to click right there. Okay? And at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to put in our user ID number. And again, that's the one we used for my On Reading, like last year. So I'm going to use one of my friends in my class. And I'm going to put in their user ID number. And then, of course, the password I said was school, all lowercase, SCHOOL. And press return. Now look at that. It's got us logged in. This is great. So what we want to do now is we want to look at these places. There are 3 places I want you to look at. These 3 icons. You've got Things to Do, you've got My Library, and you've got My Test Scores. Now My Library up here is going to be the most important to get familiar with. This section has full printable copies of student class workbooks. That's this one here. And it's also has your printable homework pages. These are your black and gray ones. These are the blue ones that we do here in class. And you can just click on these and open it up, and it'll take us to any lesson that we want. Let's go ahead and open this one up and see where it takes us. It's going to take a minute or so to load, but once it loads, we'll be good to go, and we'll be able to get our table of contents. And as you can see, we're waiting for that bar right now to load. And once it does load, we'll be able to access what we want. There's the table of contents. I'm going to click on that, and that should load our table of contents here in a second. So we'll give it a minute or so. And you know, you're going to have to be patient because right now it's the beginning of the school year, so there's lots of people trying to log on to these pages right now. And as you can see, the blue bar went, and there it is. Here is one about place value. This is the very first lesson, and it tells you everything that we're going to do in this particular chapter. This is all chapter 1. Okay, and then we can click on any of these. There's properties. If I click on that, it'll take me to the property pages, which is one of the things we've been reviewing over the last couple of days. Because again, we got to wait for that blue bar. It'll load, and you'll see one of the worksheets. So these are the pages that we've been doing in class, Mom. So these are all the blue pages the students been doing. Okay, so that's what that looks like, and we can pretty much do any of the lessons we want in here. And this is lesson 1.3. So we're going to go ahead and close out of that, okay? And then, of course, like I said, the other ones we have are the homework pages. So there's no reason for you to have to come back to school if you forget your math at home. All right, I'm sorry, if you forget your math at school, you can print this at home or at at the public library, any place there's a printer and you've got internet access, you can access this stuff. So that's really cool. We want to be able to do that. Now, in addition to that, we have things to do. Okay, so we've got things to do, My Test Scores, My Library. Under things to do, this is where I can assign you something to do. So in this case, I can assign you a specific lesson to review. We're going to review this week, we're reviewing properties, which is 1.3 from chapter 1. If I click on this link, it's going to take me to the reteach page of 1.3. And it'll open up, and you're going to see it's a real easy page to redo. It's like 5 questions. And what the kids do is they open it up, they print it out, they do the work at home, and then when they're done with it, they bring it back to school. And then I will give them credit for doing it. And this is also my way of trying to get them to just access the material. Let's see if we can get this loaded again. I'm going to click on the link again, and we'll see if this link pops up. Right now, these pages have not all been loading for me the way they're supposed to. Let's see. We'll give it another try here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to load after all. And that's okay, but there it goes. Just have to be patient again. And we're going to be patient. We're going to let that blue bar in the middle here. There's the page. So now we've got the page, and this would simply be the review page. And as you can see, it goes over all the definitions of each of the properties, gives you an example of each, and breaks it down. And then the kids have a couple problems to try. So they go ahead and try each problem, tell me what the property is, put the missing numbers here, tell me what's missing, give me the properties, and then they just have to bring it back to school. So when they've got that done, they go back to where we started, right here, click back. Once they've got the assignment done, they would click done. I'm not going to do that today because this is someone else's page, but we would just click done. Okay. Now, in addition to me being able to assign things here, things to do, you can also go back to your library and let's say you need to do something. Maybe you know you need a little help with something. Well, there are these great animated math models that we can do. Now, this one is grade 6. So for my friends that want to go a little ahead because, you know, maybe they've got the math mastered and they've got a particular thing done. They're going to go a little ahead because they want something a little more challenging. Or maybe you're struggling a little bit more and the 5th grade math is a little difficult for you. You could go in and get some reteaching in the 4th grade models. Or for those here that just want to go ahead and stick with it because you're going to try your very best and do the 5th grade math, you can go here. And this will give us a couple choices. In here, we can learn the math. We can do the math, we can assign an independent practice, or you can take a quiz. Now again, you got to be patient because it is an animated math model and it's a video. So you're going to have to wait for it to load, and once it loads, then we can choose the skill that we want. Now you can see all the skills for the entire year from 1 all the way to 44 is here. Now let's take a look. We've been talking about properties, so let's click on skill 2, properties. And we're going to click, once it goes there, we click on it and we press go down here. Great. Now we're going to wait for it to load. And look, there it is. It's loaded. So here's what I was talking about. We can do learn the math, do the math, independent practice, or do a quiz. Well, let's go ahead and learn the math. Let's watch the model. So we click on this, then click on the arrow, and then we get to watch it.
The operations of addition and multiplication have special properties. Commutative property. If the order of the addends or factors is changed, the sum or product stays the same. 5 plus 2 equals 2 plus 5. A plus B equals B plus A. 3 times 6 equals 6 times 3. A times B equals B times A.
Now we could, if we wanted to at this point, we could go on and we press the arrow, it will take us to the next property that they want us to review or learn. So that's the nice thing. We can learn it here first if we want, or we can review it from here. We can also go to do the math and it'll give us some problems to do. We've got independent practice where we can do some more, or we could take a quiz, which is kind of nice. So this is a great little resource to get some additional practice if you want something different to do at home. So I'm going to close out of this. And I just want you to keep in mind, this is a great resource. It's a great way for you to practice at home, but also I can assign you to preview something of the animated video on an upcoming lesson or a topic. You know, Think Central really does have a lot of great resources to help you learn and also to help parents to assist you with your success this year in math. I really hope that you have lots of fun with it. And remember, you can access this site from any computer or device that has internet capability. Thanks again for watching. Keep on plugging away.